I think it's been an amazing experience, and I've been quite impressed by a number of the BrightSpark candidates for the sense of spirit and entrepreneurship they have. They're not afraid to take risks, which candidly I don't see a lot of in the UK when it comes to electronics these days. So I found it very encouraging. Well, I think if there was one word to characterize this group of people, I'd say it was curiosity. Each individual that I talked to and that were sitting at my table for lunch were discussing ideas, and they were talking about concepts and outside of their own expertise, but just a very sincere curiosity and inquisitiveness about the industry and how to make things better and how to bring technology to the forefront of our industry. I think our involvement in this program and seeing all the fantastic entries and the winners of this program has changed my view in one way, and that is that I think that I would say there's hope for the UK. I would say there's still a lot of uncertainty and there's still a significant shortage of engineers within the UK, but from the caliber and the quality of the BrightSpark winners, and not just the winners, but those that were nominated, I think there's quite a bit of hope and there's a great future ahead for the UK. So I think in order to build an ecosystem, which I do believe is what's needed in the UK to be successful in the future around technology and innovation, I think it starts by having government and business and the school university systems working together, hand in hand. I don't see enough of that today, and I think with the shortage of engineers in the UK, estimated from Engineering UK to be around 20,000 engineers per year, there's only one place you can go to fill that shortage, and that is to the EU and outside of the EU to bring in people to the UK. So I think on one hand, there's a tremendous fear of EU nationals within the UK that are in technology, digital innovation types of functions, wondering whether or not they'll be protected in the future. And then I think there's a concern just on the free flow of products. So if you're going to start up a company in the UK, you want to be able to get the product easily without a lot of bureaucracy or red tape. The industry still needs to be a voice and an advocacy for business to the government. So I think we need to be vocal in terms of what's needed, what's required, and educating the government in terms of innovation technology today as opposed to what it was 20 years ago. But I also think that industry has a role to come together, whether it's via the CBI or other organizations, STEM, to be able to band together to offer the right apprenticeships. I think at a university level, the industries have an obligation and need to, in the technology world, make it as exciting as possible, and not only at universities, but getting to secondary schools, primary schools, to make it as interesting at as early of an age as possible. The UK is behind. There's no doubt about it, and I think it's similar in the United States. I do think China's ahead. China's made great progress, as has India, in the last 5 to 10 years, and the number of engineering graduates they're putting out, working succinctly with business and the government to build an ecosystem and a structure that they think will last for many years to come. And if we're not careful in the Western world, we're going to be way behind from the Eastern competition in the future. Well, I think aside from staff, which is a big worry, of course, yeah. I think probably my biggest concern would be my fear of becoming irrelevant. And I think in today's digital economy and digital world, things are moving at such a faster pace than ever before. So a quarter in a digital world is like a year in the old analog world, and days of brick and mortar, I think, are gone. The big brick and mortar shops with a lot of inventory spread throughout the world. So you got to be agile, you got to be fast, and you've got to have a very strong digital platform. So my fear of becoming irrelevant is always at the center of everything I think about, and we won't do that with RS. Well, I think we're in such an exciting time today around the industrial Internet of Things in our world, and the connectivity and being able to take data. You know, in the future, throughout my career, we've always talked about inventory as our greatest asset, and we talk about people as our greatest asset as well. But in reality, I think in the future, what we do with data and how we take data and turn that data into information, into knowledge, into wisdom, and use it to make better informed decisions to improve the profitability of our overall supply chain. I think that is what gets me excited, and I think that's the future of this business.